For today's health, we are joined by Lori Head from Mind Your Body, and we're going to be talking about hamstrings today and how maybe stretching them out in the morning can really brighten your day.
We hope.
We hope. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Like you just said, you're feeling a little stiff today, so am I. So let's get our morning started.
There we go. Well, hamstrings are a huge muscle, and it connects knee and hip flexors, hip extensors. So I just thought with the area that we have, we're going to put our foot on the table, and this is flexion and that's point, either one. You want your hips to be really nice and straight, and we're going to take a nice little stretch. It lifts the whole upper torso up, and then just go over. And you can't help but feel those wonderful hamstrings say, oh, okay, good morning. One of those. It's really good for the hip. Also, your standing leg's important. Like in ballet, we would turn out, but more in the yoga, Pilates world, it's a parallel foot, and what that's doing is keeping the quadricep and the hamstring of equal force. And then,
it feels nice.
Yeah, you can feel it. We should do both sides, but with a time constraint. The other one is, and you can use a chair, different heights, a counter in your kitchen, and then I've converted a couple things so in case it's muddy. So just take the hands here, walk it back.
This is probably also nice for those who it's difficult for them to get on and off the floor.
Exactly. Yeah, or if you're getting ready for, say, a bike ride and it's really muddy and you don't want to get down on the ground, or you just don't have very much time, just give a nice long stretch, and then you're really thinking of lengthening the spine, so you want a flat back probably, and then your neck is an extension of your spine. You want your hips over your heels, and you're doing that perfect, so that looks really nice on that end of it. And then you can curl up, walk up. The other one I was going to do, and it really should be done on the floor, but I know there's lots of people that don't like to go on the floor, so this is good for balance. We're going to pick a foot up and take it under a table or a chair, and then just lift. You don't want to lift the table up. We're so strong we could probably lift the table up. But anyway, you can feel that.
You may be overestimating my strength.
So can you feel your hamstring?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really grips in there. So
it seems a simple move, but yet you still definitely can feel it.
Yeah, and then if you do both sides, you're nice and equal. So you strengthen the hamstring and lengthen the hamstring too on that one.
So what's the benefit of really getting those hamstrings moving in the morning?
Well, for one thing, no injuries. That's what you're trying to prevent on that. And so hamstrings are walking, running, skiing, biking, all those things. So you want to have a nice lengthened hamstring. Also, just to put on your socks and your shoes.
Because I think a lot of people don't think about stretching throughout their day or how much activity they actually do throughout the day. They're just like, oh, I'm going to work, or I'm going to the grocery store. But there's activity in that, right?
Well, and also you think of a lot of jobs, you're just standing all day, cashier, pharmacist. They really need to bend over because you get sciatica, it's called, and it's just a terrible pain. But if you keep the hamstrings stretched, then the lower back also remains a little bit stretched. So.
And then do you have any tips for us people in the morning who are usually running late, but you just want to squeeze in those extra minutes to try to really get those hamstrings stretched out?
Yeah, I think one thing I like to do is you just do a nice casual knee bend, and then you roll all the way down, back of the head, and then once you get the fingers on them, you attempt to straighten the legs, and really, I say kiss the knees, so the forehead's going towards the knees.
I don't know if I can kiss my knees this morning.
There we go, and then roll up, and just a couple times, it'll take a matter of 30 seconds, but it's the spine gets it, and so the hamstrings are really tied into that lower back, and it just softens everything.
So it really doesn't take that much time. It's just letting yourself have that extra minute that your body needs.
Exactly. And do it 2 or 3 times, or maybe breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One of those things, so it works.
Spread it out throughout the day. Well, thank you so
you're
much
welcome.
for joining us and already getting me stretched out for the morning.